welcome to another Auntie Lisa show. What shall we do a story about today? Let's see. In the silver bag. We have. Ooh, I picked out two. Nobody panic. Kristoffer, Aleksander, and Auntie Lisa. Woo-hoo-hoo. Parker. I'm going to pick up one more. Lloyd, the bin man. He was in it just the other day. Yes, just the other day, Lloyd. Cheeky so-and-so. Right, red bag. Got one called Steviebumbum. And Suzy and Willow, because they come as a team. Uh-oh. Captain Barnacles. Dare I risk... Yeah, go on. And... Andy! Ooh, ooh, ooh. In the bag of places. I've put a few random extra ones in. Ice rink. I've not been to an ice rink in probably about 20 years. Right. This bag, by the way, I've added in. It's transport. We had a transport bag and I got rid of it. But I brought it back. And this is Fuego's Stunt truck. Yes. Good. Right then. One fine summer's day. The sun was shining, the birds were singing. It was glorious outside. Absolutely beautiful weather. So, what did we decide to do? That's right, we decided to spend the day indoors at an ice rink. Why wouldn't you? So, and by we, I mean the following people. Auntie Lisa, Aleksander, Kristoffer, and Steviebumbum, and Suzy, and, well, Willow really wanted to come to the ice rink, but sadly, dogs are not allowed at the ice rink because their feet do not fit in the special ice skate shoes that you have to wear. So she had to stay at home for the ice rink section of the story. So anyway, they all went to the local ice rink to practice some smooth moves on the ice. And the really good news about this was that it was a special themed ice rink day. And the theme was under the sea. So they played all the music from The Little Mermaid constantly, which is one of my favourite songs, one of them, and it goes, under the sea, under the sea, and I don't know the rest of the words, but it's great. Anyway, so Auntie Lisa was super chuffed to be scooting around on the ice track, listening to some of her favourite Under the Sea tunes. And naturally, because of the Under the Sea theme that day, they bumped into a good friend of theirs, which was Captain Barnacles. And a few of his pals from the Octonauts were there too. They'd all come out ice skating for a special treat. And especially because it was the Under the Sea theme. And all the Under the Sea songs that they love were playing. So, everyone was super excited to see each other. They're like, oh my God, Captain Barnacles, great to see you. Captain Barnacles went, well, ahoy there, me hearties. We couldn't miss the Under the Sea theme. It's fantastic here. Everyone was having a blast. Until something pretty scary happened, which was that El Fuego's stunt truck smashed through the wall of the ice rink. Everybody had to escape for their lives. El Fuego's stunt truck was out of control. Straight across the ice it went, scattering ice skaters everywhere. There was ice flying all over the place. And Aleksander and Kristoffer turned around and looked at it and went, "Whoa! What on earth is El Fuego's stunt truck doing here, smashing up the ice rink?" Oh no. And the stunt truck just was going round and round and round in circles. And everyone was, ah! Anyway, they looked on the stunt truck, and who was trying to control it? Well, I will tell you. It was Lloyd, the bin man, cousin of Chad and Drew. Not Drew. Drew and Gru are brothers. Anyway, cousins of Chad and Drill. Oh, thank God. I thought I'd forgotten that. Right. Lloyd was on the stunt truck, driving it round like, I can't control it. He's screaming. Then, from behind, through the hole that he's just smashed through the ice rink, comes Parker. And she's like, "Stop that truck! Stop that truck! Everybody back up!" OMG. It was a disaster scene. Everybody was terrified. The stunt truck was just doing circles around the ice rink and skidding off in all sorts of directions, smashing into the wall. And Lloyd, to his credit, was doing his best to steer it, but it wasn't working at all. Aleksander and Kristoffer said, Hey, Parker, we're over here, come here. So Parker went over and they said, What's going on? Tell us what's happening. And Parker said, "The stunt truck is out of control. We can't find El Fuego anywhere. It's a disaster. We don't know what's wrong with it or who's controlling it, but it just keeps smashing into everything. In fact, I reckon it would have carried on smashing into things, but it's just skidding around on the ice. No one can control it now. Poor Lloyd looks horribly ill." Everyone looked at Lloyd, who was like, and they said, "We've got to rescue Lloyd. Poor Lloyd is trapped on the stunt truck, and the stunt truck's just doing loop-de-loops round and round and round and round and wee. So they said, "Right, we have got to figure out what is controlling the stunt truck and why has it managed to smash up the beautiful ice rink." Ugh! All the ice, by the way, was at risk of melting. This was a disaster. So they said, "Right, what we need to do is we need to get some more help." So they called up all of the rest of Parker's friends. So they called up Jack and JB and Spencer the ghost dog. And they tried to call up El Fuego, but he was nowhere to be found. Dun, dun, dun. Well, it was at that moment that Andy turned up. He came running in. And he skidded across the ice. And he looked like such a silly Billy. Anyway, he was like, guys, there's something crazy going on at the Natural History Museum. We don't know what's going on, but you've got to come and help. And everyone went, "Andy, look at the stunt truck. Something crazy's going on with the stunt truck. What on earth is happening at the Natural History Museum that could be more scary than this stunt truck doing loop-de-loops?" And he said, "Well, I don't know if you'll believe me if I try to tell you, but," and it's a big but, "some of the dinosaur skeletons are trying to move on their own. They're trying to get out of the of can't use words of the Natural History Museum. The T-Rex skeleton is trying to eat the skeleton of the Brontosaurus. It's a nightmare. And everyone went, oh, that does sound pretty bad actually, Andy. Fair point. Right, we've got two big problems now. Maybe they're linked. But how? Then they had a little think. Just for a few moments. Sometimes it's important to pause for thought. Thought, even. And they thought to themselves. Who could be doing all of this dastardly things? And where is El Fuego? What is going on? Then they got a phone call, or rather a FaceTime call, on Kristoffer and Aleksander's iPads. That's how it sounded. And Aleksander and Kristoffer went, hello? And who do you suppose was on the iPads? It was Balthazar Brat. Dun dun dun. Balthazar Brat went, ha ha ha, do you like what I did to the stunt truck? It's out of control. None of you can fix it. And everyone went, you're a meanie, Balthazar Brat. Just stop it. Lloyd's going to throw up. He's still spinning round in circles. Balthazar Brat did not care. He went, ah, 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 ah. And I've played a clever trick on all of your dinosaur skeletons too. I'm an evil genius. That's me. And then he went, and everyone went, oh, blinking Nora, it's that Balthazar Brat again. Now, Lloyd was still in deep trouble. That was their first priority. They needed to figure out how to get Lloyd off of there. But no sooner did they start to think we need to get Lloyd off of that stunt truck than an amazing thing happened. Willow had been out for a walk with Gug Gug and had heard the commotion from outside and had slipped off of her lead, which is naughty, and charged through the hole in the ice rink onto the ice. And you know what she did, because she's a super clever dog? Well, she jumped through the cabin of the stunt truck, grabbed Lloyd, the bin man, and jumped straight out and landed in a ball pit where children normally play. And Lloyd was like, oh my God, Willow is the best dog ever. But I feel horrible. Is that stunt truck still going? Yeah, it's still going. Everyone said, well, eventually the stunt truck is going to run out of fuel. So as long as everyone keeps out of its way, hopefully it will be okay. I wonder how Balthazar Brat is doing this. Then Stephen had an idea. Uncle Steviebumbum. He said, I bet Balthazar Brat will not be able to resist a dance-off to get back control of the stunt truck. And everyone said, okay, good idea, Steviebumbum. Right. What about the dinosaurs that are still trying to eat each other in the Natural History Museum? Steviebumbum said, one problem at a time, people. One problem at a time. So they called back Balthazar Brat, and they were right. Balthazar Brat could not resist a dance-off challenge with Uncle Steviebumbum. And so Balthazar Brat appeared outside the ice rink, like this. I challenge you to a dance-off, and then I'll tell you how I've controlled the stunt truck. Only if you win, though. And then he did what he thought were some super cool moves, which was like, I'm bad, you know it. Ow, Well, little did he know, Uncle Steviebumbum had been practicing his moonwalk, which is where you walk backwards but you look like your feet are going forwards. So Steviebumbum pulled out, I'm bad, you know it. Tell you once again, who's bad? And everyone went, way, Uncle Steviebumbum's bad. Balthazar Brat was crushed. He went, fine, Uncle Steviebumbum, you may have won this round, but you will not win the next round. Ha ha ha. And Uncle Steviebumbum went, right, you have to tell us what's going on with the stunt truck. And, by the way, where is El Fuego? Balthazar Brat had done some super clever technology. And he went, I have trapped El Fuego inside my iPad. But if you are very nice and let me have the T-Rex skeleton from the Natural History Museum, then I might think about letting him back out. And everyone went, ooh, that was a low move. How are you controlling the rest of them? And Balthazar Brat said, well, I'm friends with Lady E. And Lady E is using her ghostly powers to control the stunt buggy truck. And she's also controlling the T-Rex and the Brontosaurus. So, nah. Now, at that point, Parker had an idea. And she zapped the stunt truck. She went, pew, pew, pew. Aleksander and Kristoffer went, whoa, that's a great idea, Parker. Pew, 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 pew. Because they realised the stunt truck must have been gloomed. And do you know what? They were not wrong. The stunt truck had been gloomed by that scary trucker ghost. They managed to gloom an inanimate object like a stunt truck. And he came out and Aleksander and Kristoffer went, pew, pew, pew. And Aunty Lisa got out her phone quick, pew, pew, pew. And between them, they zapped that ghost. And they got control of the stunt truck. And they were like, yes, we've got control of the stunt truck. Now we're going to the Natural History Museum. And nothing you can do will stop us, Balthazar Brat. Balthazar Brat looked really cross that they'd figured it all out. So Aunty Lisa, Aleksander and Kristoffer and Stephen and Suzy and Willow and Captain Barnacles, who was also there, and Andy and Parker all climbed back onto the stunt truck and sped away to the Natural History Museum. Now, at the Natural History Museum, they found quite a commotion. T-Rex skeleton had managed to get out of its space where it's supposed to be, and it was charging towards the Brontosaurus skeleton, trying to smash it to smithereens. It was just about to be successful when everybody showed up. And they went, 1, 2, 3. Pew, 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 pew. And sure enough, 2 ghosts appeared out of the skeletons. And they were some proper scary ghosts. One of them was that scary teddy bear ghost that's friends with Lady E. And the other one was equally scary. And they went, ah, 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 you can't catch us. And then everybody went, pew, 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 pew. When they caught them. Ha, ha, ha. Just before the T-Rex skeleton smashed the other skeleton to smithereens. And then they all sat down for a minute and went, oh my God, I think we've fixed it all. And then Aleksander and Kristoffer went, but what about El Fuego? We need to get back El Fuego. He's still trapped inside that horrible Balthazar Brat's iPad. It's a disaster. So, okay, right. Where's Balthazar Brat? Balthazar Brat had made a run for it. He was running down the street and headed to the beach. But waiting for him at the beach was a team of Octonauts. That's right. The Octonauts were all at the beach. Captain Barnacles had called them up and said, "Calling all Octonauts. You need to get to the beach. Balthazar Brat is headed your way. You've got to capture him. It is imperative that he does not escape." The Octonauts can't say no to Captain Barnacles, so all of them were there at the beach like this. And they had a massive fishing net, and they launched that fishing net over Balthazar Brat, which ruined his hair. Launched it over him, pulled him tight. Just as everybody charged down, and Balthazar Brat, "Oh no, no, no!" And he was so tangled up in the net that Captain Barnacles grabbed his iPad and went, "I'll be having that, thank you." And he gave it to Aleksander and Kristoffer. And Aleksander and Kristoffer said, "We need to get our Fuego out of here. How do we do that?" And they pressed the on button. And then they pressed restart, which was a risky move. But then out popped El Fuego, and he said, "Hey, you guys, you rescued me. Thank you so much. You're the best." They went, "Where's my stunt truck?" And everyone went, "It's at the ice rink. Long story, tell you later." And El Fuego went, "Okay, let's all celebrate. Who's for ice cream?" And then they all went and had ice cream at the beach. Apart from Balthazar Brat, who went to prison for being a meanie. And that is the end of the story. Love you. Night night.